First, thank you, Daniel, for joining us. I mean, this is incredible. Your experience is inspiring. I've talked with the team. They've kind of shared a little bit about this experience, but today is going to be the first time I learned a lot about what your specific journey was, and we want to share this with the world as well. And so, to get started, why don't you share with us a little bit about what brought you to Sayulita Wellness Retreat?
Okay, so what brought me to Sayulita Wellness Retreat was I felt I was kind of on my last legs. I needed something to change me, and my friend had been doing these experiments for a while, and I talked to him, and he told me, Danny, you need this, and this is the place to go. So I looked into it, and I made a decision to come on out.
Perfect. And so, what else have you tried before coming to this retreat for your addiction?
Okay, so I have tried AA. I've tried counseling. I've tried cold turkey. I got to say that most of everything I did was in my brain. It was all up here, and I couldn't seem to fight it up there, which is going to lead into my experience. But so that's basically what I did. Trying to cut down, trying to control all those things. It's not that I was a street drunk or anything like that, but alcohol was ruling my life.
Got it. How long is this going on for?
Well, it's been going on actually the last probably 12 years.
Okay. And, how's that affecting like other areas of your life?
Okay, so it really affected my family. I'm divorced from my wife. It's not because of alcohol, but we're divorced. And I was really isolating myself from my children, from friends. And I was becoming a real loner, which is unlike me. So I started down that trail of isolating myself and being a loner and not communicating with people and just coming to work every day. And that was my life.
Got it.
Overeating, just, things of that sort.
Okay. And, coming to this retreat, what results did you expect from this experience?
I didn't know what to expect. I was hoping that I would see something or be some kind of breakthrough or something would trigger me, but I didn't really know what to expect. I'm a product of the 60s, so I've done hallucinogenics recreational, pleasure-wise in the 60s and 70s. So I'm like, is this just going to be another trip? Or I didn't know really what to expect. I was reading, I listened to a lot of the testimonies that I'm giving right now, and they started resonating with me. And I said, wait, this is different. This is much different. This is healing. There's healing here. So I started really opening up my heart, my mind, to be open to whatever happens. I was open to, but I wasn't sure what was going to happen.
Can you describe your emotions, or quick, like before coming to the retreat, leading up to it?
Emotionally, I was spent. I was sad. I had a lot of anger. I had a lot of trauma in my life. A recent trauma with a girlfriend, a breakup, which was very traumatic to me. Basically, that's what was going on inside me.
Got it. And can you briefly describe your intention, in coming to the retreat, what that looked like for you?
I'm not sure if I understand my intention. What do you mean?
Like your intention for coming to the retreat?
Well, I started reading about this really only like 10 days before the retreat. I was coming to the retreat, unaware of what was going to happen, but I was coming because I just knew in my heart that I needed this. And so I started reading a lot about it. And what I felt was going to happen when I was there is that I was going to have a breakthrough or something. Something was going to be revealed to me, not in my mind, but in my spirit. And I felt that I was coming to a place that people were healers. This is what they do. So they understood this psilocybin, and that it wasn't some kind of recreational fun time. This was healing. I just didn't understand what kind of healing it was.
Got it. And so if you can you like segue into like what the experience is like for you?
Whoa, yeah. Well, I was there for 4 days. The 4 days, I'm looking all back on it now. I was being prepared for the medicine, the night of the medicine. When I arrived, I could sense the overwhelming love. I really could. I mean, and caring like I had never experienced before, of a group, a team, a group of people that had a lot of love in them and a lot of caring, and they really did genuinely care. Everybody I met there. So the night of the medicine, I was there with only 2 people. I was kind of lucky in this way. We went to separate rooms, and Arturo sat with me the whole time, and Dan and Nirvana would come in and out and see how we were doing. Well, for me, I was skeptical. I've done all this before, and so I wasn't sure what was going to happen. What's going to happen? So about an hour, I don't know really, maybe an hour into this, all of a sudden I went, oh boy. And Den came over and Arturo came over and they held my hand. They said, let go, Danny, let go. And that's all it took from me. I'm about ready to cry. That's all it took from me. And I let go. And all of a sudden, my mom, not physically, but she appeared. And I made amends. For me, it was different than a lot of the other people I hear. I was making amends throughout almost the whole trip. Things that would traumatize me as a young child, things that traumatized me throughout my life, things that I had done to people. And I was apologizing. I was making amends with people, my children, friends, my mom, my dad. And so there was a lot of weeping for me. But each time, it was like a death. It was gone. And I started having a sense, my anger just started fading away. And at that moment, and I wasn't sure if this was going to last forever or what was going on, but I was not angry at anything anymore. And I had love in my heart and I had joy for the first time in I don't know how long. So I saw all that I could have that again. That's what really my breakthrough was, that I could have this again. And so that's pretty much, I mean, you can maybe lead me through a little bit more, but that's kind of what happened to me. And I was somewhat verbal, like I spoke, I was speaking, I was actually healing my heart. Had my touching my heart, and I was healing myself. And somebody said, move your heart into your spirit. So I did that, and I said, after it was all over, I said to Den, I said, thank you for telling me to move my heart into my spirit. She goes, I didn't tell you to do that. I said, well, who did? She goes, no one that I know of. So I actually felt that I had an encounter with God. I really did. And things that I had done against him, and I felt his forgiveness, and I felt me being forgiven. So it was very emotional for me. So, and also, it's interesting. I'm not sure if this is part of it, but when Den was speaking to me in Spanish, I understood what she was saying to me, and I was answering her. She'll tell you this. It was a really strange experience to me. But it's like I was in a spirit world, if that makes sense.
Got it. And so during your experience, you found that like that love and that joy, you said that you could have this again. Can you describe what like this is to you?
Well, it's not being angry at people. It's not being skeptical at everything, um, and actually seeing a different side of life, like the good in life. Um, that being kind to people all the time, instead of having this rough edge that life had beaten me down and turned me crass. I've lost that, and my coworkers, and they're even like, "What happened to you?" You know, they see the change, and it's been a month now, and it's still there. The change is still there. I see things different. I see people different. I see life situations different. Um, and so, yeah, basically that.
Beautiful. Yeah. So if you want to continue with that, you want to describe kind of how things have been different since you've come back home, or like how your life has looked, compared to what it was like before.
Right. So, my life is pretty much the same. I do the same things. You know, I go to work, I play golf and stuff like that. And by the way, my golf game, believe it or not, is about 5 shots better than it was before. I'm serious. I'm so my golf people that play golf with me are like, "What happened to you down there, Danny?" I'm like, I'll talk to you about it later. But so I stay focused. So what has happened to me? Um, I've decided that I'm going to change my life. Uh, I've lost 20 pounds in a month. I've lost 20 pounds in a month. I'm working out 3 days a week. I'm focused on eating healthy. I'm focused on being healthy. I'm focused on thinking healthy. Um, and I've entered back into my children's lives. We're having a dinner once a week. I take them out to dinner, things like that. So I'm entering back into their lives. So that's kind of like what's going on with me.
How's your relationship with alcohol changed?
I don't drink. Oh, by the way, the whole time I was under the medicine, the word alcohol never came up. What I realized was alcohol wasn't my problem. It was all of the trauma and all the things that I've gone through my life that I was masking with alcohol, that I could forget with alcohol. I don't need to do that anymore because they're gone. There was like a death in a funny way. So I don't drink. It's not there. But I'm not saying that this is going to last forever. I just know it's lasting right now. But I do work. I get up and I meditate in the morning. Another thing I could tell anybody who goes out there, they give you the book to write in your diary. Take advantage of it and do it every day. I do it every day because you'll forget little things. I read that at least once a week, and triggers me, and I remember things again. So that's important. So I meditate in the morning, prayer, meditation, uh, and I get up with a good attitude. I get up with joy, happiness, and I'm not making that happen. I actually have that. So
Beautiful. And have you had like cravings or like the same kind of symptoms or anything else like with withdrawals, since you've kind of come back home?
no, well, I quit before I went out. I did everything that was asked of me
Sure.
before the retreat. And I don't take Wellbutrin any longer, which is a depression pill.
Mhm.
I've been taking that for 20 years. I don't take that any longer either. Um, so I did everything they asked me to do. Coffee and everything. I don't drink coffee. I haven't drank coffee yet. I haven't had a craving to drink it. I haven't had a craving to drink alcohol. Um, but I haven't put myself in situations really either. I mean, um, I haven't gone out with friends. Well, I never really did that anyway in the last part of my life. But I just haven't been at bars or, and my family doesn't drink, which is really helpful. So when I go out to dinner with them, there's no desire to have anything to drink. So really don't have any cravings.
Got it. And as far as like the reflection, is there anything else you'd like to add about the retreat or about your experience afterwards?
Well, the retreat itself, I would say to somebody that just go. You just go. You're going to get out of this. This experience will change your life. It just really will. I think that what I should have done is maybe book it, then go maybe a couple of weeks or a month later. I went right away. I would read much more on psilocybin medicine, look at more people's reviews, testimonies, and things of that sort. What was the question again?
Or just like any like reflections from the experience or afterwards. So
Yeah. Well, I'm going to come back. I know that. I'm not finished with this yet. I think maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think one treatment, there's a lot more healing that needs to go on in my heart. And I found the place for the healing for me. So I would do everything they ask you to do. I would embrace everything they're trying to tell you at the retreat, preparing you for the medicine that night. And I would write in that book every detail, everything, because you will forget. And those details are important.
and like what have people noticed different about you since you've been back home?
Little things don't bother me. I don't get angry. They say, people that are close to me in the office and stuff, that I say that I have a sense of peace or something. Something's changed in me. And I said, well, it's probably the microdosing I'm taking. They go, you're not really taking it. I'm like, no, I'm not. Yeah. But they say they see a lot of peace and joy, and just a different. They say I have a different outlook on life. I just have a different outlook, and I do, and it shows.
Yeah. Anything else you'd like to add?
No, just don't hesitate. Do it.
All right.
It's well worth the money. And they give you great food, and you go horseback riding. You do I mean, you'd spend this money in Cabo anyways. It'd be the same price, and you wouldn't get anything out of Cabo. So you'll be getting healing out of this. So it's well worth the money. It really is. And the staff were fantastic, just unbelievable.
Yeah.
So.
And what's like your outlook for the future from here moving forward?
Oh, well, I kept saying I'm moving there. I'm moving there, and I still got that in my heart. It's there. I'm moving there. So I'm going to sell my company is what I'm looking to do, which I have been wanting to do, but I really want to do it now because it's time for me to fly, and this is holding me down, and it'll give me enough money to where I can live, and I won't have to go back to work, and I can really concentrate on myself and my healing and my future. And something happened to me in my spirit. It's not here, it's in here. And I want that. And I know where to find it. So that's going to be my future. I'm 70, so what do I have left? Another 30 years?
Yeah, for sure.
Be nice.
Keep microdosing.
Yeah, that's basically what I'm planning on doing.
Beautiful.
Is retiring and focusing on me.
That sounds fantastic.
And my loved ones,
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll look forward to seeing you down in Puerto Vallarta soon.
You will.
Excellent, man. Cool.